So the Russell City Energy Center is a very large power plant that is the project of a Houston, Texas-based corporation called Calpine. And back in 2001, that company approached the Hayward City Council with the idea of beginning the permitting process for building this large power plant on the Hayward shoreline. Back in 2001, we were undergoing something that we called the rolling blackouts. The official name of it is the Western U.S. Energy Crisis. And there were blackouts happening regularly, and this Texas company, Calpine, came to the Hayward City Council and said, you know, these rolling blackouts are very scary, and the power supply needs to be supplemented, and we have a plan to build a power plant here on the shoreline to supplement the power availability so that you can avoid the rolling blackouts. And the Hayward City Council was very receptive to that. They were concerned about the rolling blackouts, but also the Calpine Corporation promised that this plant would be clean, that it would be green, that it would be safe, that it would provide many jobs, and also the plant came with a $10 million gift for the city of Hayward. And so the City Council gave them permission to begin the permitting process in 2001. But subsequently we learned that the rolling blackouts were actually a fraud perpetrated against the state of California by mostly Texas-based energy companies. And there was no energy shortage. There was a fraudulent manipulation of the energy supply by the energy suppliers. So many of us find it questionable that this company came to Hayward to capitalize on what in fact was a fraud perpetrated against the state of California. Okay, so the power plant is huge. It's 600 megawatt natural gas-fired power plant. It's going to be two 140-foot stacks, smokestacks on the Hayward shoreline. That's 14 stories high, and if you know the Hayward shoreline, you know there's nothing out there that's that tall. The energy that's generated by the huge turbines, interestingly, is going to be cabled across the bay, where it will feed a grid on the peninsula. So that's something that, you know, we should keep in mind, the fact that the turbines are here, the smokestacks are here, and the pollution that they emit will be here in Hayward on our shoreline, but the energy, the electricity that this plant generates is going to the peninsula. I can't say that it is. Not by the standards that most people would use for clean and green. So, for example, the Russell City Energy Center, once it's in operation, it's currently being built. It's not in operation yet. But if the challenge to its final permit it is passed and they're able to operate the plant, that Russell City Energy Center is going to be the second largest single source producer of greenhouse gas in the Bay Area and the sixth largest polluter, the sixth largest single source polluter in the entire Bay Area. It burns natural gas, which is a non-renewable resource, so not by any reasonable standards could you call this plant clean or green. So if you can picture the Hayward shoreline with these two big stacks, based on the height of those stacks and the prevailing wind patterns here in the Bay Area, Hayward and this area will bear by far the lion's share of the toxic pollutants that will be emitted from the plant. Some of these are what are known as criteria pollutants. Those are pollutants that have been identified by the Environmental Protection Agency as causing irreparable harm to human health, the environment, and property. So that's what we will get here in Hayward. Although the power is going across the bay, the Hayward area is going to absorb the majority of these chemical pollutants.
you know, that area of Hayward is slated as a industrial complex. You know, the powers that be are going to secure that as being a place of industry. But yeah, I would say that I would have been opposed to it being there just because, you know, nobody ever really wants a power plant in their backyard. But, you know, at the same time, I can relate to the fact that people need work. People need to have a place like that to support their own livelihood. And a growing metropolis like the Bay Area, you know, it does need power. There's still a lot of hope. I mean, there's still a fervor, and there's still you can feel that the narrative's changing, and you can feel that people are kind of being more ecologically aware of themselves and their relationship to our surroundings. And that kind of awakening beauty is something that I live for, and one of the reasons I like being here. And even if there's a power plant over there, I mean, there's still a marsh here, you know. We're gonna need a power plant somewhere, otherwise, you know, the digital camera that you're recording today on wouldn't work. It's already irreversible. It's too late. You can't slow down something that is so big. It's like, that's like trying to stop a locomotive with my Prius or something, you know, like, it ain't gonna happen. But that being said, yeah, it's not too late to start making wise decisions just because it's a problem already, because it is. Climate change is already here. It's already too late to stop it. But we can make new decisions, and maybe, I don't know how long it would take. It'd be dependent on the decisions that we make tomorrow. And I'm a hopeful person. I see a lot of beauty in people, and I feel that we can do it.